According to a 2018 study, there are more than 100 million miles of roadway in the world. And while the majority of those roads are adequately paved, there are also a bunch that deviate from the beaten path, requiring both a competent driver and a reliable vehicle to navigate. But then, there are the roads that are not just difficult to navigate, they are flat-out treacherous. From steep cliffs, tight turns, nefarious highwaymen, or the threat of natural disasters, these roads can be so problematic to travel on that they not only take extreme concentration to cross, they can claim the lives of those unlucky enough to find themselves driving along them. Welcome back to Facts Fanatics. Today, let's take a look at 10 roads around the world that you'd never want to drive on. These roads are extremely dangerous, and it takes true skill and familiarity to navigate them successfully without harm to your vehicle or your body. Let's get into it. Number 1. Patiopoulou-Perdikaki Road, Greece. Located within the beautiful mountain ranges in northeastern Greece, Patiopoulou-Perdikaki Road stretches for more than 20 kilometers through the winding, mountainous terrain. The road is extremely narrow, and on top of that, along with its never-ending sharp turns and twists, a large majority of the road lacks any side rails to protect drivers from flying off the edge. The road also experiences regular elevation changes, roughly every 500 meters. All of this put together makes for quite the test for even the boldest and most experienced drivers. To make matters even worse, much of Patiopoulou-Perdikaki Road lacks road markings or road signs, meaning that uninformed drivers are usually left without warning or sudden changes in road elevation or sharp sudden turns. Number 2. Trollstigen, Norway. Another treacherous mountain route is located in Roma, Norway, and is just as notorious as Patiopoulou-Perdikaki Road. Trollstigen, the Norwegian road in question, most times feels like a rally racetrack with all of its extremely sharp and sudden turns and uncomfortable tight curves. In fact, Trollstigen, which means the troll path in English, is so narrow that any vehicle that is longer than 40 feet cannot successfully navigate it. It is an ultimate test for even the most experienced driver and is regularly shut down to all visitors every autumn and winter to avoid potential catastrophic accidents. Number 3. Taroko Gorge Road, Taiwan. Yet another example of a deadly mountainous roadway is the Taroko Gorge Road. Located within the Taroko, the route takes drivers through multiple areas where portions of the mountain were blown through to make way for the road and has become Taiwan's deadliest road by far. While the beauty of driving through the various mountains, caves, and gorges is certainly intriguing, only the most daring of drivers even attempt to successfully do it. Each year, heavy rainfall and the occasional earthquake contribute to further land erosion, making Taroko Gorge Road increasingly more dangerous as time goes on. This is definitely one beautiful attraction you'll want to avoid in order to protect your life. Number 4. BR-166, Brazil. The infamous BR-166, a highway located in Brazil, is up next on our list of roads you should never drive on. BR-166 has earned itself the nickname Highway of Death over the years, but not for natural dangers, but man-made ones. This nearly 3,000-mile of road is the second longest road in all of Brazil and is full of potential fatal errors, including extremely poor conditions and maintenance, thousands of damaging potholes scattered across the way, gang activity including robbery threats, and a very real and very active prostitution ring, which claims hundreds of victims from the Highway of Death each year. If your GPS suggests the Highway of Death on your trek through Brazil, be safe and take the back roads instead. Number 5. Passage of Goire, France. Just off the Atlantic coast of France lies the island of Noirmoutier. It is a regular tourist hub and has been used as a stage in the past Tour de France races as well. The way to the island from mainland France is the subject of our next dangerous road. The Passage of Goire, the causeway that leads from France to Noirmoutier, may look like a normal causeway to the naked eye. But drivers, be warned. Each day the road is submerged completely underwater during the high tide. This means that any unlucky vehicle stuck on the road during this time will be submerged. Not only that, but because of its frequent submersion, the road is extremely slick and is covered in a layer of seaweed that most tires cannot gain traction to. So, while the island of Noirmoutier may be a fun day's visit, the journey there may simply not be worth the risk. Number 6. Luxor Al Hurghada Road, Egypt. Between the Egyptian cities of Luxor and Hurghada lies a stretch of road encompassing nearly 200 miles in length. It is notorious in the country, as well as throughout the world, for being a top dangerous road due to the human activity along it. There are regular reports of bandits and terrorist activities along the roadway, and many locals now use the road as sparingly as possible. Because of these dangers, many night drivers have resorted to driving without their headlights in order to avoid detection of the dangerous groups, which has led to an increase in fatal accidents. This, combined with regular sandstorms and uneven road conditions, land the Luxor Al Hurghada Road on our list of 10 roads you definitely want to avoid at all costs. Number 7. North Yungas Road, Bolivia. North Yungas Road is one of the world's deadliest roads. In fact, it is so notoriously deadly that it has earned the nickname the Road of Death among locals and has served as the location of several of the world's most tragic auto accidents. The stretch of road that connects Coroico to La Paz is mostly made of a single-lane dirt track. Not only that, the path ascends an astounding 4,700 meters, before descending immediately down 1,200 meters. On top of that, during Bolivia's rainy season, the perils of traveling along the Road of Death are increased exponentially as heavy rain, thick fog, and muddy terrain make it all the more difficult to navigate safely. The road is so dangerous that during the mid-1990s, more than 300 drivers fell off the side of the road to their deaths, and the road was averaging around 1 death per day at the time. Number 8. Skipper's Canyon Road, New Zealand. Another example of an extremely dangerous road due to its narrowness is Skipper's Canyon Road, located in New Zealand. The road was originally constructed quickly as a means for travelers during the gold rush of the late 1890s, so the subpar condition and design makes sense. But that doesn't make it any less dangerous. The road is at times so narrow, in fact, that if two cars come upon each other head-on, one of them may have to reverse back up to 2 miles to get to a place in the road that is wide enough for them to pass one another. Definitely not ideal, especially if you're running late for work. Number 9. Halsema Highway, Philippines. Halsema Highway, located in the Philippines, is another of the world's most dangerous highways in the world. However, the dangers involved in navigating Halsema Highway aren't from a lack of road width. In fact, much of the highway is 4 lanes. The main issue with this road, which is located in mountainous terrain, is the common landslides in the area. Drivers are routinely terrorized by falling debris coming from higher up in the mountain. Obviously, large falling stones are a primary concern, but smaller debris falling can also cause quite the issue for drivers, as a heavy layer of dust and debris can suddenly encapsulate the entire road, making visibility non-existent. Number 10. James Dalton Highway, Northern Alaska. As you can probably guess from the location of the James Dalton Highway, snow is the main peril associated with this road located in northern Alaska. For much of the year, the snowfall is so dense that any vehicle that isn't equipped with a 4-wheel drivetrain is hopeless at maneuvering along the road successfully and safely. Even if you do own a 4-wheel drive vehicle, the James Dalton Highway is still no cakewalk. It is a treacherous stretch of roadway that is in a fairly desolate area, meaning that if anything were to occur to you or your vehicle, it would prove quite the challenge to find help in the frozen tundra. There you have it, 10 of the world's roads that you're better off steering clear of. From treacherous terrain to subpar road conditions, all the way to bandits and terrorists, these roads are notorious for being next to impossible to navigate through, and you're better off simply not attempting to. Thanks for watching. What do you think? Have you ventured along any of these infamous roads? What's the most dangerous stretch of road you've ever driven across? Be sure to let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos just like this one.